What's up, party people? I'm about done with this Jussie Smollet shit. I really am. Because nobody's telling the truth. And ain't none of this making sense. Alright, this is where I'm at. Now, I pretty much broke it down to one of three scenarios. Okay? Either one, the Chicago PD fabricated and made up all this evidence just to get Jussie. Two, the evidence is true, but it's being manipulated in order to frame Jussie. Or three, the evidence is true and Jussie's lying. Now, when they first did the two press conferences, the press briefings, I pretty much tossed it up as Jussie was lying. But then, as time is going on, and see Denise Network, I saw your video Saturday night. I saw it about 4 or 5 times. So I'm just processing it. I'm taking your perspectives into consideration. So then I started thinking, well, okay, how would this go down if you take Jussie out of the equation? Okay. So that would mean one of two things. Either one, the two brothers committed this random act and then, while in police custody, decided to blame Jussie. So the Chicago PD had to come up and fabricate an investigation in order to corroborate the brothers blaming Jussie. Or two, the brothers somehow on some Kaiser Soze shit is manipulating the information to make it look like Jussie orchestrated it. To me, those were the only two scenarios if you totally take Jussie out the equation. But then Saturday night, I see an article saying that the brothers, during the interrogation, told the Chicago PD that $3,500 check was for a 5-week training regimen. So then I had to go back and look at those press briefings. Now, that police chief specifically said that Jussie paid that $3,500 to the brothers for that assault. And then the next day, the prosecutor, Lisa, whatever her name is, the prosecutor, she mentions the check again, but she doesn't specifically say what the check was for. All she says was that Jussie wrote the brothers a check, and then the brothers deposited the check. But she never specifically said the words that the check was for the assault. So if y'all knew, if the Chicago PD knew because the brothers are fully in full cooperation. So if y'all knew that that check had nothing to do with the assault, that it was for a 5-week training regimen, why the hell y'all put that news out there? You said it the first time after they told you what that check was for. You said the first time that it was for the incident, and then the second time they said it, they just mentioned it. But they didn't say it was for the incident. They just mentioned it, saying that the brothers received the check and deposited it. So now, I'm like, they lying. Because why would you just put that misinformation out there like that? And then, today, I saw the text messages. And as I'm going through the text messages, it's about a workout regimen. They making sure he's staying hydrated. They making sure he gets his workout in. Out of all the text messages, now remember, when she did the press conference, she was reciting conversation between Jussie and the brothers. But the text messages that are leaked have nothing to do with the incident. Those text messages pretty much back up the brothers telling them that it was for a 5-week training regimen. Now I'm like, why are these motherfuckers lying? Why is the Chicago PD lying? But then I think, well, if this was a random act, why in the fuck would somebody sit outside of Jussie Smollett's apartment in 20 below weather waiting for this nigga to go to Subway? How, if this was a random act, how did they know that this nigga was gonna get hungry and go to Subway? Like, what's the odds of that? That they're just walking around with bleach and a rope, knowing Jesse's gonna get up and go to Subway at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then on top of that, I don't know how long whoever it was been sitting out there, but you ain't gonna catch him when he leaves. You're gonna wait till he go to Subway, get the sandwich, and then catch him on the way back. In 20 below weather, 20 below weather at 2 o'clock in the morning. So if this is a random act, what would be the odds of that shit? So to be honest with you, I don't know who to believe. I really don't know who to believe, because the Chicago PD is telling lies, and what Jussie's saying ain't making any sense. And another point Denise Network made, because Jussie did say they was wearing ski masks and had well, he didn't say MAGA hats. He said red hats. In the interview, he said he never said MAGA hats. I saw that in your video. He never said MAGA hats. He said red hats. But who the hell wears baseball caps with ski masks? Like, how does that even work? You gonna put the baseball cap on top of the ski mask? The fuck? Ain't none of this making any sense to me no more. And what's infuriating to me about it is now the Chicago PD doesn't have the best reputation. So this case, being that it's a hate crime, being that it's a celebrity, that makes it a high profile case. If the Chicago PD goes through all this investigation and all this detail, gets to trial, and then come to find out they're innocent, they're gonna look like the most inept cops in this nation. Because how do you get all that evidence and conduct such an investigation and got the wrong people? But on Jussie's side, if he actually did do it, and he's just practicing his acting chops and stringing everybody along, then he's gonna look like the biggest asshole in the nation. I'm lost. I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm lost. I don't know. Like, bottom line, it gotta come out in the trial. Once the trial happens, the prosecution has to present all the evidence they have. So that will be all the video, all the text messages. Maybe they might leak some things out now, but they're gonna keep the important bits for the trial. So during the trial, the prosecution is going to have to present everything. And once we find out exactly what that everything consists of, if Jussie has a bunch of alibis to contradict what they have, then that investigation was a sham. Or if what the Chicago PD does have is true, but Jussie could easily explain it, like, yeah, like I said, the check was for the training regiment. That text message I sent him about doing me the favor. I needed some Muslim oil for the Lolo. That video you got me pointing at the camera, I was showing them an apartment I like. Then, once again, the whole investigation is a sham. Or, the last possibility is, what the Chicago PD has is true, and all Jussie could say was, I don't know what you're talking about, I ain't do it. But honestly, like once again, see Denise Network, you are absolutely right. A lot of this so-called evidence that the Chicago PD has came out with, it's not sticking. And the thing that's so infuriating is we already know authorities will lie or cover up. We know that, granted. We already know that news organizations will lean to one side or the other, or might make up details in order to make the story a little bit more juicy for the ratings. But if we truly can no longer trust the information that comes from our authorities and our news organizations, then all we're doing is looking at a bunch of reality TV, a bunch of made up drama in order to keep us in the dark, distract us, or brainwash us. Because like I said, it's one thing if the Chicago PD made a mistake. But nah, if the brothers told him what that check was for, it's written on the check what that check was for. The brothers even said, well, we found it weird that it was a pretty good amount, but it was for the 5-week training regimen. But y'all gonna come out and say, oh, Jussie wrote that check for the assault. That's a lie. That was the chief of police. I don't know. All I know is at the end of this trial, or when all this wraps up, somebody gonna look stupid. Somebody gonna look hella stupid. Whether it's the Chicago PD or it ends up being Jussie, somebody gonna look real fucking stupid for lying. And at this point, I couldn't even tell you who. I don't know. We'll see. If y'all want to get a clearer sense of what I'm talking about, like I said, look up C Denise Network. She made a couple of videos really going into detail about the Chicago PD's evidence, and and it showed me I'm really blinded by the Matrix, because this is just not making any sense. So go check her video out, give her a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, then come back. Let me know what you think in the comments. With this new information that's coming out now, do you still believe Jussie was lying? Or do you believe he might be getting set up? Could be a little bit of both. Like I know. I don't know. Till next time, be safe, be blessed. One.